Yo, it's your boy BIGANT back with another episode of the Can I Kick It podcast. Got a special guest with me. None other than the other half of the Sterlin Brothers, my dog Ty. Say what's up to everybody, big dog.
Yay. What up, baby?
Long time coming, man. I got your brother on here. I had to bring everything to a full circle and get both of you guys on here, man. I'm glad to have you with
You
me.
can't have one without the other, you feel me?
Yeah, the yin and the yang, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to get both, man. I had to get both. A lot of people that don't know you, you're an inspiring comedian, actor. I don't know if you added any more things to the repertoire.
No, that's all I do for now, dog. That's all I do for now. Just acting comedy.
Hey,
Make niggas laugh and pretend to be somebody else.
There you go. That's like 90. That's like 90% of the world.
For real.
Yeah. So we'll get into that right now. I've always wanted to ask you because I've known you for a little while. When we play basketball, ran into mutual friends and stuff like that at the gyms. What got you into wanting to be a comedian? Like, what made you chase that profession?
I always been like a class clown growing up. Like I always did like little comedy sketches here and there. I always like making people laugh. But it was when one of my homeboys who became a comedian. He had moved to New York. Me and him went to high school together. We played ball together. He moved to New York and he became a comedian. And in my head, I'm like, "You a comedian now?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You should definitely do it. Like, you're funny." And I like, he gonna hate me for this, but I never thought this nigga was funny. He my boy. Like me and him, we used to crack jokes all the time. But like as a stand-up, I never thought he was funny like that. But then when I seen him on stage, I'm like, oh, this nigga is funny. Like maybe I can do stand-up. Like I'm already naturally funny. Maybe I can do it. At first, it was rough. Trying to go from just being like conversational funny and just being a funny person and turning it into actual stand-up, like writing out jokes, telling stories, and then making it all come full circle at the end with a punchline. So like at first it was rough, but like after my first year of comedy, like I was able to get the hang of it, did a bunch of open mics, and I'm where I am now.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, same thing goes for me. Like I've been rapping, since I was a kid and stuff like that. And then I've always wanted to do a podcast, but I never put it into fruition. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go just start a podcast and da 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 da. So, but the concept always was there, and like it always interests me. You know what I'm saying? So like me, and you have a little background. Like I love professional wrestling. I started listening to podcasts. I started listening to Chris Jericho's podcast, and then Stone Cold has his podcast, and then of course the better podcasts like Joe Rogan and Joe Budden and everything that I listen to. And it always heavily inspired me when I listened to Stone Cold. Not just because I'm a wrestling fan, but like the ability to take your, I guess you could say like your career as a whatever it is you may do, but in his case he's a professional wrestler. You would never think that he would be capable. I mean, not saying that he's like not, but like you wouldn't think he'd be able to do a podcast, like sit down and because he has an array of audience too. Like his guests are just not wrestlers. Like they could be anything, because he touches on hunting and the farm that he has and his beer and and stuff like that. So right. I took it into heavy consideration, like when I was like getting the idea of like maybe doing one. Like I wanted this like years ago, and the inspiration came from like all of them. Like being able to just like get into the zone and do something new, and then like be able to be good at it, and then like being able to just do it was always something that like intrigued me the most. You know what I'm saying? So like people like you talk about like starting out. I think like the starting part is like the hardest with anybody that's trying to do something new, like me with like rap and you with comedian and now with podcasts and stuff like that. And it's crazy how like everybody that I've had on here so far, even your brother included. Well, not so much your brother, because he was kind of cocky. I was like, hey, was it hard to do the photography and the producing? And he was like, nah, bro, that shit came easy, bro. I don't know what you talking about, bro. That's, you know what I'm saying? But some people got it like that. But like for us, it's kind of cool that we have that common ground. It's like you're venturing into doing something. It's like I really want to do this.
Don't let that nigga fool you, bro. the fucking the producing shit, that
Yeah,
shit, he always had a love for it. You know what I mean, he was doing that shit since he was a kid, so like that shit kind of came naturally. Like he wasn't always good at it, of course, but
yeah,
once you when you do something like that every day after school, like you become really good at it. And like,
yeah.
and when he says like, and when it comes to the photography, you can ask him yourself. Pictures that I think that he took that were amazing, he's like, man, those fucking pictures were shitty. So
Mm.
even he knows like he's come a long way. So don't let him lie to you and be like, oh, it was easy.
Yeah, I know, I know. I
It
get. I
wasn't easy.
let the brother get a shine. That's all. Let him get a shine. Cause
Nah, he
cause he's
got his
good.
shine because he's good now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's
he's
great
good
at
at
it.
what he does. Cause I was giving him the juice too. I was like, bro, everything you make and everything that you create and you touch it, it comes out clean. Like it comes
Yeah,
out really really good. And like I was surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen like when I was making the promoting video and stuff like that, I had to dig into his Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. So like I actually got to sit there and like not like stalk, but like look at his pictures and everything. And then I really sat there and noticed like, yo, this man creates like great stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not just
yeah,
like his videos and his music and producing, but like his editing skills and his photography and like what he shares and how he dresses, like the whole nine is just like is like the total package. And I was just
right.
like, yo, this dude is fucking clean, man. He's fucking clean,
Yeah.
So that's dope. You already said it earlier. What's the most difficult part about doing stand up? Like was it always something that what was it scary at first? Did you like have like a lot of doubts like doing improv? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you get like,
Yeah.
the jitters and shit like going on stage? Because I
Hell,
know it ain't easy.
hell yeah. Like, for example, I could get up and talk in front of people that I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all.
Hmm.
Like, I'm cool. Like,
Yeah.
if I say some stupid shit, whatever, man, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. And, we just go on about our day. But like, when you get on stage, you got to make an impression on these people. These people don't know you, and
Yeah.
like, and it puts pressure on you. Cause you're like, damn, I gotta get up here in front of all these people. I gotta perform. I gotta make them laugh. And if I don't make them laugh, now I'm gonna be labeled as not funny. They're gonna tell
Mm.
somebody else, and then you know what I mean. And there's pressure that comes with that. So at first, you know, hell yeah, I was jittery. Like when I did my first show here at the Improv in Miami, I was nervous
Mm.
as fuck. I was sweating like hell. But like everybody who was there was like, oh, you didn't look nervous at all. Like, bitch, I almost shit myself. Like I was on stage shaking, but
Yeah.
I guess like, once you get into it and you get into a groove of thing, and then like the first joke hits, the second joke hits, and like you see people start laughing and they fucking with you, then you start to loosen up a little bit, and you start to get a rhythm, with things
Mm.
like that when you get on stage a lot more often. That's why when I'm in Cali, like I get on stage every night. I get on
Yeah.
stage every night, and I just get into a rhythm of it. It's just like when you play ball. You know what I mean? You're only gonna get better the more you do it. So I
Mm.
do open mics all week, and then when I actually have a show or when I have a feature spot, like I feel comfortable because I don't went over the material so many times. I know what angle to hit the joke from. I know what's gonna make people laugh, and I'm comfortable. I'm good. Like it's kind of like when you play ball, like you know what your strengths are. Like I know I'm right-handed. I take that 2 dribble pull up. Like that's my shit. And
Yeah.
I have a good chance at making it. So that's the same thing with comedy. Like I know my strong points. I know my weaknesses. And when I get on stage, that's what I focus on.
Yeah, the same thing goes for me, man. As long as through my quote unquote illustrious rap career, if you want to call it that, I've never in my fucking life did a show. Like I am petrified. But the thing is, I'm good around people. That's what's weird. Like in school, or like if I'm at a gathering or whatever like that, I can crack jokes, I can talk shit, I can like go up there and if I need to talk about something, like I'd hate to say it, but like when my grandparents died, I wrote something for both of them, and I was the only one in the family to do that. And like I did it for my grandmother first, and then like I got such a good response from it the first time. They told me to do it again for my grandfather when he eventually passed after. And I got up there and in front of people, it's my family, but my grandparents had friends also and family members also, and in the church, and pastors and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm up there, and there's a group of people. It's not like thousands, but it's a big enough group of people to where you're like, you stand up there, you look up, and you're like, it's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And then like you get in that that zone where you know it's like you gotta like take a deep breath and you gotta calm yourself down and you just gotta do what you gotta do. But as far as like what you do and what I was gonna do, man, I couldn't do it. I still to this day I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like petrified
with stuff like that. The first open mic I did was basically for my family. Like I went to this spot. I thought it was gonna be people there. Really was nobody there. It was just me on stage and then my brother, my cousin, and my brother's wife. Just literally I performed for 4 people. That's it. You know what I mean? So
a good icebreaker.
Yeah, so like I did that. My brother will tell me if I'm funny or not. He'll be honest. So like
Yeah.
I did that, and then and I started doing open mics like without them. You know what I mean? And then you go to these open mics with just other comedians, and then you just learn to be in the environment and learn to like get used to just performing, even though it's not a big crowd. And then like gradually just work your way up. That's how I did it, at least. So if you ever want to get out there and perform, like maybe just perform for your people. You know, you do like a small show at your spot or a spot that you got, get a couple of friends, and then start there.
Yeah, good. I mean, if push comes to shove, I ever like, I mean, obviously I took my music, pretty serious. If I was ever to take it that route, I mean, I'd have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just, it's just like everything, like you said. You can give the comparison to anything in the world. Like it's just like go out there and do it, and then when you do it, it's just like okay, now you're used to it, and then it becomes like a second nature. It's like, how about this? I take it even one step further. Like starting a new job. It's nervous as shit on the first day, the first week, second week. You're already getting used to it, cracking jokes, you're making friends, and then by 6 months and you pass your probation, you're Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in there, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about getting over that first main step, and I know it's really fucking hard. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's like once you get past that, once you do it, like whether you do good or bad on that performance, at the end of the performance you get like a rush, like damn, I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I might have sucked, but I did it, or that shit, I killed, but I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I
even
remember,
if
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I had a show in LA, right? I completely bombed the show. Bombed, right? I went on stage like 3 nights in a row before, and I killed. But then this night, like I guess the crowd just wasn't fucking with me. I went up last. It was like 30 comics and poets there. So I ended up going last. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. These people were high out of their mind. They were drunk. So like trying to get people out of that was like, it was like an uphill battle.
It was too late. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an uphill battle. So like jokes that usually hit, people just looking at me crazy. And I'm just basically just like up there like, all right, man, I just got to get the jokes off. I got 7 minutes left of this shit. Let's just go. You know what I mean? And that kind of just like made me like, okay, well, I bombed, but it wasn't even that bad. You know what I mean? If I had to go through it again, I could go through it, and it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, you gotta find your own little inspirations. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I might not did good, or I think I did good, I can always do better. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and you gotta find. You even gotta find your little wins and your losses. You know
yeah, man.
Small victories.
Yeah, that's what it's about. You're like reading my mind after I'm reading my book over here, my little podcast book. You already touched on it, and I was gonna ask you because I asked Primi the same question. How does your family and your brothers support you being a comedian, chasing that dream?
Oh yeah, my brothers they support me 100%. You know what I mean? My brother is one of the main people who told me like, if that's what you're gonna do, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? But you gotta like start it now. Don't wait.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to LA and do that shit, then go to LA and do it. My mom, of course, and my dad, they skeptical. My dad is still skeptical. And my mom, she tries to act like she's not, but I know she's still like worried about like what I'm doing. But I tell her all the time, like when you're in entertainment and you don't have like too many friends in Hollywood like that, like it's gonna take some time. Like I did my first set at the Comedy Store, late last year, and it usually takes 3 to 5 years to get up at the Comedy Store. Whether you have a good slot or like or a really shitty slot, it usually takes like 3 to 5 years to get on stage there. And I did that shit in 2. So I know like I'm heading in the right direction. I just gotta keep moving. You know what I mean? I can't be stagnant. I can't stay still. But
Yeah,
my brothers always
consistency is
supported
key.
me. Yeah, my brothers always supported me. My girl at the time had always supported me. It was getting it past my parents, because I'm still like working on it. They're not gonna fully support until like they see me on TV or they see like a big check or something. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll be like, okay, maybe he was serious. Until then, they always gonna think it's a phase.
Yeah, I think that's the old school in them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's like why, like, I never, I mean, I took my music serious, but like I was never out there like, saying like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I mean, if the time comes, it's like, boom, 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 and then like, here I got a record deal and I'm out here making music and I'm making money. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing what I got to do. Then yeah, but as far as like my parents, like because we're roughly around the same age, it's like they're old school. Like get your ass out there, get a goddamn job, bring home the money.
Go work, pick up shit and fuck you back up, and then you can retire.
they want you to have a consistent job, like bring home the consistent money and stuff like that, which is nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying, but as we get older in the times that we're in, there's so many different avenues that you can touch, that you can do, that you can be successful in, let it be, what's given here, like rap or comedian or podcasting or YouTubing or being a streamer, or, you know what I'm saying? Like I told my mom jokingly, like a couple years ago, I'm like, hey, I'm going to become a streamer. I'm going to play games for a living and I'm going to get money from these kids and these people, and I'm just going to be a content creator. And she's like, well, what do you mean? What do you do? I'm like, I just stay home and make videos all day and play video games. And they almost blew a gasket, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my folks are white, so they almost blew a gasket. They're like, bro,
they can't they can't wrap their head around the concept.
Yeah, and then I showed them people like Ninja and like Shroud and like the top streamers. I'm like, look at the money they are getting. Look how much this kid is worth just to play games all goddamn day. And like you get sponsors, you get this, you get that. He travels the world. You know what I'm saying? Because he plays games. And then they're like, oh, well, that's all well and good, but like look how they don't tell you how much he spent or how long it took him to get there. I said, that's not the point. I said, that's half the battle. I said, you gotta go out there and you gotta get that shit. It's not handed to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't wake up. Yeah, you don't wake up and say, hey, I want to be the president of the United States, and then somebody just comes and knocks on your door and says, hey, Ty, you know what? You're the next, 56th president of the United States. No, I don't go down like that, So like, I put them in their own perspective because like they don't understand. But then, like you said, when you do get to that route, and God willing, if you do, and I pray that you do, if you ever blow up, it's like they're right behind you. That's like, I knew it all along, Ty. I knew it. I knew you was going to blow up. Yep. Thank you for the Lexus. And thank you for the mansion. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the old school in them, so I can't really be mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's just that's just how they were raised.
Yeah, different times and different people. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, because the technology is just crazy. You can do so much from home, on the road. Like you don't need to be like slaving, over somebody else's job or something like that.
Exactly, and you could do something that you actually enjoy.
Yeah. They say you ain't working until you do what you love. You know what I'm saying? You get to wake up and do what you love. So that's everybody's dream. And you know what I'm saying? If I could tell you anything, and me, I support you 1,000%. Just keep pushing. Like I tell everybody, no matter what it is. I don't care if you a video gamer, comedian, a cook. I don't care what if you sew, if you make bicycles. I mean, I'm just go for that. Just keep that same energy and just reach for that dream, and just until you can't no more. You know what I'm saying? Until you lose both your legs, or you know what I'm saying? Like you get hit with like like an asteroid or some cosmical event or some shit pops off, or zombie apocalypse. Man, there's no reason why you should stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I tell people that shit all the time. Because like you got a lot of people want to be rappers, right? A lot of people want to do music.
Yeah, facts.
And some of them just don't have it like that off the bat. I mean, they're just not good.
Yeah.
But I'll never tell that nigga to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't always good at playing soccer. I wasn't always good at playing basketball. It was something that I had to keep doing to get good at. And if you,
Yep.
I feel like if you put in the work, you know what I mean, and you know the field that you're in, and you study, you know, the field that you're in, and you work on yourself to be better at it, you will get better. But you have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see people who've been rapping for like 5, 6, 7 years and they still suck, I'm like, they do that shit for fun. They're not for real.
Yeah,
they're not really trying to get better. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because I done seen it. I done seen people with like no talent. You know what I mean? And they focus on that specific thing and work on it, and they get better.
Yeah, that's why I try to tell people too. A lot of times, like when they ask me about like, you know, the music and the podcasting and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, I remember when you first started, you was a hype, but like now you're like on a totally different level. Like, you know, what's the secret? Like, what's the sauce? Like, you know, give me some keys." And I tell them every time the same thing every time. It don't matter what you do. It's like this. Consistency is key, and no matter what you do, job or a profession, a career, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're doing or you're pursuing, consistency is key. I said you have to treat this shit like a sport. Michael Jordan didn't become Michael Jordan because he sat on his ass. You know, Dave Chappelle didn't become Dave Chappelle by watching TV. Get what I'm saying? Obama didn't become Obama just by, you know, being a bagger at Publix. Like, you got to put the work in, and you have to build such a great work ethic around yourself, and then build, you know, you got to have a great support system around you, and you always have to be doing what you want to do. Like, you got to understand that every day you wake up is another day to get better. You don't just, okay, I got 8,000 followers on Twitter and Instagram, and I got, you know, 1 million views on this one video, I'm good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that. You have to keep grinding. Even if you make it, bro, you have to keep grinding. You understand? Like, because eventually, guess what happens? Somebody else comes out that's going to be better than you. It's inevitable. It's you know, with the times and what's going on at that time, you might be popping right now in 2020. 2025, somebody might come out and just shit on everybody, and then guess what? You're not being consistent enough to keep up with him, and now you're getting left in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I could tell anybody, it's just, you know, consistency is key. Treat this shit like a sport, because that's exactly what it is. Everybody has to be willing to put the work in to get the rewards. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, unless you from the suburbs and your parents got millions of dollars, ain't shit gonna be handed to you. Ain't shit gonna be handed to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, roughly like us, for where we at, you know what I'm saying, in the tax bracket and where we're from and what we're doing, we got to go out there and we got to grind for our shit. And you got to understand that the grind, it shouldn't be something to where you want to always doubt yourself and want to give up and stuff like that. Like, that shouldn't even be in your mindset. You always got to be like, hey, what can I do to get better? What can I do to maybe get more people to follow me here, or do this here, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's different steps that you got to take. So I respect what you're saying, bro. I respect it. But I'm gonna ask you the most infamous question I've always wanted to fucking ask you, bro.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like, it is the most infamous question. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Where did Shower Cap Ty? I don't even know if that's his name. I just gave you that name. Where did Shower Cap Ty originate from? Because I need to know. I need to know where this man came from.
All right. So when I started growing my hair out, right? My hair gets real nappy real fast, and
mine too.
The lady who used to braid my hair used to tell me, she's like, you don't sleep with a bonnet on? I was like, nah. She's like, if you sleep with a bonnet on, especially if it's silk on the inside, it'll keep your hair from napping up, like roll around and all that shit. So, you know, one time, you know, I put it on to go to sleep, and then, like, I would take my girl to work, and I'll still have that shit on my head. And then, you know, I don't really care what people got to say about me. I'll be wearing it out.
Facts.
Like, sometimes I wear that shit on stage. Like, it just became a thing. Like, oh, you
that's
know,
great. That's great.
Bonnet Gang. You know what I mean? Like, what was it? I had a Satin Cap King. That was the hashtag on Instagram. Satin Cap King. And then I had like you know how I have like those parody videos when I did Locked Up, I did T Grizzly First Day Out. and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm putting together like a compilation, right, of all those songs, and then the album will be called Satin Cap Counting.
Damn. See
Yeah,
that?
so like,
That's fucking dope, man. That's so cool because I was talking to Preemy when we were doing the podcast, and we mentioned you in there, and then he also was saying he goes, I think, I can't remember if it was before or during the podcast. He's like, that motherfucker got that shit on right now. He walking around the crib with that bitch on. I was dying, fam, because like, you know what's cool? Like I love the comedians that can do split personalities or multiple personalities. The Martins, the Dave Chappelle, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the people that can do those, you know, I've always gravitated towards that because I like the idea and the concept of that you can play multiple people within one person. You know what I'm saying? So that was always dope. And then when you first brought him out, I didn't think nothing of it. And then it was funny because like I kind of got used to you wearing it, and I was just like, bro, like it just fits, dog. It just fits. It became like your own separate persona. You know what I'm saying? And
like
I loved it. I loved it.
Some people, when they see me without it, they're like, "Oh, you have hair under there?" I'm like, yes, nigga. What you thought I was bald? Like,
People wear the bonnet because they have hair. Like, why wouldn't I have hair? If I didn't have hair, I'd wear a stocking cap or some shit.
Exactly, dog. But like, I like it, man, because like sometimes, like for example, my cousin just had a kid, right? And so like his girlfriend be putting like a bonnet on her head, on the little baby's head, and like they'll call me FaceTime, and like, look, just like your uncle, and like, you know what I mean? So like, I like seeing shit like that. Or like people will have like a bonnet on in their pics, and they'll tag, like they'll put hashtag bonnet gang, and then they'll tag me in it.
That's
shit.
dope.
So,
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Cool
That you can get a little following with your character. That's dope. I've always loved it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a bonnet, but I call it shower cap tie. So, but I loved it, dog. I love it, man. That's pretty dope. We're gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna ask you, what's it like living in LA? I've never been to LA, and I know it's dope as shit. I mean, from the movies and the TV shows and the beaches and the bitches and, you know, all that. Like, what's it like living in LA, like compared to like Florida?
LA is a fast city, man. Like you gotta like catch up or get left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody is doing something. So like, even if you like somebody that works at Starbucks or the person that works at Wendy's drive-thru, like even they are like aspiring actors or comedians or poets or artists or something. You know what I'm saying? And like the entire city's like that, and then you realize like, damn, I'm out here. I'm not the only one trying to be a comedian. There's a million other people trying to do the same thing I'm doing. So like, I can never stop working, because if I stop working, then somebody's gonna surpass me. So then you have that aspect of it. But then like, the beaches are beautiful. You know what I mean? The only thing is the water's extremely cold. You can't get in the water unless it's summertime. You can't get in that water. It's too fucking cold.
Really?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Unless it's like close to summertime, the water's too cold to get in. Like, there's people that get in the water because they used to, but my ass, I'm from here. It's 100 degrees every day. Humid. I can't do it over there. And like, normal weather over there, like hot is like 89 degrees. Hot over here is like 98.
Yeah.
So there's a difference in that, and in LA, man, and in California in general, I just like it because like you get so much different scenery. Like you can go to the mountains, right? Or you got the mountains, you got the beach, you got the city. You could go to Big Bear, like, which is like a tall mountain, and it snows. You know what I'm saying? So you go up to Big Bear and it's just snow up there. Like there's so many different things you can see like while you're in California, which I like.
That's cool too. Yeah, different sceneries. I know like it's hard for like South Florida. You know, you have to like go up north to like really see like the vast difference of like geography and stuff like that, with like mountains and, you know, big countrysides and stuff like that. And I've never always wanted to go, but like if I had like a vacation time or something like that, if I had something popping off to go to LA, I've always wanted to like go to LA. And the biggest thing to me is like it's on the other side of of the state. I mean, of the country.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like you can go. It's like totally different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like when, like I said, like you see the stuff on TV or Instagram or something like that. You know, people out there, like it's a totally different vibe. Like everything is like just way, 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 way different.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those hot spots. Like, you know, you got the time and the money. You know, you want to go out there. I always wanted to touch base out there. So
you ever want to come out, man? Let me know, dog. You got a place to stay, dog.
hey, we out here, bro. We out here, bro. For you is if you had to choose, like let's say you blow up in in comedy right now, right? A couple movies under your belt, you got a lot of money, and you want to buy a house or property. You staying in Cali or you staying in Florida?
Man, that's tough. But I think I'm staying in LA, man, because that's where my career is at. That's where everything is at. And I feel you know, I'm gonna be doing stand up until I'm like 60. You know what I mean? Like until I can't. I'm gonna be doing stand up until I can't stand up. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be doing that shit forever because I just like doing it. You know. So I think LA is gonna be where like I lay my head at, but Florida's always home.
Yeah.
Florida's
Also, you know, since I said that you know, if you blew up in comedy, you can always come back to Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had the money, you'd have 2 properties. You know, people buy, you know, like multiple properties at one time to have, like, let's say, like, you know, LeBron plays basketball for LA, he has a LA home, but he might have a Cincinnati home, or he might have a, you know, Miami home, etc. So, but yeah, I would probably do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had the money, say I blew up, you know, got some cash on me, whatever, I'd probably move north. Like I'd stay in Florida because I got family here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big mama's boy, and you know I got
Me
my
too,
family.
dog.
My sister's about to have my niece, you know, soon. So I'm becoming an uncle. Shout out to my sister, and it's like I can't leave that. You know what I'm saying? But if it was business, like if business calls, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they were like, hey, we need you out here to do some shit or whatever, you're gonna be out for a while, and I have to move out there, then I'm moving. But you know, if I have the money, I'm always gonna be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? But if I had a preference, I would go more up north than staying where I'm at now. I'd probably get my parents out of where they're at, get them in their own spot in the countryside, you know, get them living right, and then, you know, do my little thug dizzle. I actually skipped over a question. I'm gonna come back to when we were talking about improvs and stuff like that. What do you do to prep for shows? Like, what's your pregame like before a show?
What do I do before a show? I usually, because you mean like the day of, or like right before the show? Like I'm already in the building.
It could be any. It could be like if it's day before or day of. Like if you're say like you're an hour about to go on. Like do you like recite your lines or jokes in the mirror?
So I could just give you like a little timeline. So like if it's like during the day, like if I have a show that day, right? I try to keep my head clear. Like I usually don't like go to my job that day. I take the day off. Because if something pisses me off at work, it could fuck up the rest of my day. You know what I mean? It could fuck
facts.
It could fuck up when I get on stage. So like I usually try not to work that day. But since I have the day free, I'll try to. What I usually do is I'll try to find like an open mic that's nearby, practice like 3-4 hours before I get on stage. Go to the open mic, work on my jokes, make sure everything is clean, make sure you know, everything is smooth with my delivery and all that stuff. And then when I actually get to the spot, and you know, it's probably like an hour before I get on, or 30 minutes before I get on, I'll just sit there, listen to the other comics, or just try to, you know, see what the crowd is like. Try to read the room, you know what I mean? See what jokes I can perform, see what jokes I can't perform, see what type of people I'm dealing with. And if I'm really nervous, I'll probably take a shot of something.
There you go.
Yeah, that always like loosens me up.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I asked my boy AJG last episode of the podcast. He's a artist out here in Florida, and he does shows. And you know, like I said earlier, I don't do shows, but he does. He's done a couple of them, and I asked
You
him the same
haven't
thing.
you haven't done shows.
I
Yeah.
haven't. Yes, you're right. You're right. Let's go back on you know, keeping the energy going. I haven't yet, but I asked him the same thing, and he gave me like a little pregame rundown. And he basically, like, you know, has his little, you know, little LeBron James ceremony thing going in the beginning before he jumps up. So I had to ask because I know you know, I've seen videos and you know, stories and stuff of you doing stand ups and stuff. And like I said earlier, it ain't easy. So I had just
Yeah.
had to see like what gets Ty in the zone before he goes out there, because I know people have do certain things, you know. So you hear stories about like actors only wanting like certain things in their dressing room and like certain candies, and like they can only
Yeah,
watch certain
I ain't that
movies.
bougie yet, man. I ain't nobody. What I look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Before I get on stage, I just want to let you know I need Perrier water, lime.
Ooh,
Like, nah, nigga, hell nah.
I need crushed ice only. No
For
red,
real.
no red,
They
no
gonna look at me
red
like,
paper
nigga, who are
cups.
you?
I'm tired, bitch. That's it. That's all you need to know.
They go look at like, there's 30 other comics on this lineup, right? Well.
They not me. They not me, bitch. They not me. I'm the headliner,
Bro.
motherfucker. We'll talk about I need to ask you about the infamous Adidas commercial. How
Yeah,
did that
yeah.
happen? How did that happen?
Man, you wanna know what's crazy? I wasn't even supposed to be in that commercial. I wasn't even supposed to be at the audition.
That's even crazier. Yeah, I didn't know that.
This is what happened. I don't know if you know my homeboy Ramon, tall, skinny kid, left hand, play basketball, light skin. I used to always hang out with him when he was here.
Probably
You
by
definitely
face.
know him.
Probably by face. I'm
Yes.
getting old now, fam. I don't know names anymore, bro.
So Ramon hits me up. He's like, "Yo, I got an audition for this commercial. Come with me. I just need a ride." I was like, "All right, whatever." So I get there, and he's like, "Yo, see if you could put your name on the list. Maybe they could go audition." He's like, "You doing the acting shit already?" This is like the first acting thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
So I was like, "All right, man. I'm just gonna fill it out on the computer, and hopefully they just take my registration or whatever."
Yeah.
So, they have like a little iPad. You sign your name, whatever, and they bring you to the back. It was like 500 people there. I'm like,
Shit.
man, there's no way I'm getting in this commercial. There's no way. So they bring us to the back. You see all these dudes buffed up, muscles. You know what I mean? Baby oil and shit. I'm like, and then there's my scrawny ass. You know what I mean? Like I got a little bit like.
Hey, you kind of no homo. You kind of rip. I seen you.
Don't
you
say
in the
that
gym.
in front of Premi, dog.
Hey, you know what? Me and Premi can handle this one-on-one later, bro. I'm just saying. We all know where we stand in life, and if I see you, I've seen you in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm not adoring you, but I know you got a little muscle. You ain't scrawny. I give yourself a little bit of respect, but go ahead.
Yeah, but like just to give you a visual, these dudes look like they were supposed to go to the league. You know what I mean? Like they just built for that shit. So they pair us up, and luckily they paired me up with Ramon, the dude that I came with. And when it comes to like football drills, I'm just better at it than him because I played football. He didn't. So it made like me being paired up with him made me look really good. So after that day, they did callbacks and they called me back. So it went from like 500 people to like 50. And then we had like another audition. Made us like run through cones and all this other shit. And
it's like a combine.
After that they called us back again, and it was just me and the three other dudes that were in the commercial. And it literally took a week for all this to happen. Audition, call back for the rehearsal, and then the actual commercial. We did that shit in like 4 days.
Damn.
Yep, that shit got played during the Super Bowl. It gets played like it got played that first season. It got played during the NFL season. I remember it gets played on YouTube all the time in between like if you're watching like NFL highlights or or anything like that, it'll get played in between, like when they have like the commercial or something like that, and like after
Yeah,
the
yeah.
video, they'll play like a commercial and then play like a next video. It would get played
Mm.
then. So, but the thing is with that, people would think I was getting paid every time it was getting played, but that's not how the union works. Like you have to be part of the union in order to get residual, or in order to get royalties. So if you're not part of the union, which I wasn't because it was my first acting job, they give you like a flat rate. You take that and you take all the free clothes and all the free shit that they give you, and then you go on about your way.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
So
if you ever see anybody in a commercial and they're not part of the union, if they're like a new actor, they got paid a flat rate.
Damn. So let me backtrack now. Let me backtrack. So your boy wanted to be in the commercial, and you ended up being in the commercial. So he didn't get in the commercial.
And I remember he did not get in it. And I remember when I was like, yo, they called me back, like I'm gonna be in the commercial and shit. He's like, what? I said, all right, that's what's up. Then make sure you send me my cut. I sent them some bread though, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, facts.
I sent him some bread.
Yeah, shout out to Ramon, man. That's crazy. See how things turn out. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? Because me and Preemy talked about it too on his podcast, and I remember when you shared it, and I think I heard it from somebody, and they were like, "Oh man, Ty's in the new commercial." I was like, "Bitch, you lying? He ain't in no commercial." Yeah, let me see. And then I remember seeing it on your Facebook, I think. And I played it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, holy shit. I was marking out. I was like, holy shit, that's Ty, bro. I rewound it. I paused it just to make sure. I was like, bro, I'm not trying to get juked right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, holy shit, it's really Ty in an Adidas commercial. I was like, my dog really made it. My dog really made it. But
and it's crazy because like sometimes Adidas will they'll do like a throwback Thursday and like show the commercial like on their Instagram page and shit. So that's
that's fucking dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, I mean that was a cool little thing, man. That I got to see that and shit like that. That was dope, man. I'm proud of you that it got to that point to where you can actually make some.
I appreciate that, bro.
Make some moves, man. Yeah, it was like a dad seeing his son like make it. It was like, oh man, he really out here doing shit, bro. So that was cool, man. That was definitely cool. And he was telling me the whole story about the music selection for the commercial too.
So listen, right? I remember we were in like after we did the rehearsal and then we did the actual we shot the actual commercial, and then at the end of the day, like they had us all like in a round table, and we were just like they were just like showing us like the final edit of it, and they were like talking about music and shit. And I was telling them, I was like, the song that they had, like I ain't really like fuck with it that much. But I was like, you ever heard of this? Like this sounds perfect. You know what I mean? Like, who is that? I was like, oh, take a listen. I sent it to the guy that cast it. I was like, just take a listen. You know what I mean? And he listened to it, and he never got back to me. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe he not gonna pick it. Maybe he don't fuck with whatever. But I just gave the suggestion or whatever. Next thing you know, when the actual commercial came out, and they sent us the final draft, final edits, and stuff like that in the email. I was like, oh shit, they actually used Denzel's shit. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the thing is, you see how like everything just comes together, like when everything is supposed to be right. It's like, your boy's like, hey, I'm doing this commercial to see if you can get on. He's looking out for you. And then boom, you make the commercial, you make the cut, and then you're like, hey, I got somebody, my boy, he makes music. And then boom, your boy, you see the chain effect, how everything is just like, it sets up for success, man. That's a dope story, because I didn't know all that. Like, I didn't even know you guys were cool with Denzel till, recently.
Yeah, that nigga's he's family, man. He's
That's
family.
that's fucking dope, dude. Shouts to Dens, cause that's cool because like I listen to his stuff and everything like that, and it's like I know you guys, like
Yeah,
I know you personally, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I know you guys, and it's like for you guys to come back and be like, yeah, man, like we chill, we listen to music, and then, I'm always there around him and stuff. He be chilling with us and shit like that, and then how you look out for him, and then how your homeboy looked out for you, and it's just like it comes into a full circle, and it's just like boom, you know what I'm saying? Like this,
yeah, man.
this how it's supposed to go. You
You
feel
gotta
me?
pay it forward. Like that was always tough. People like if I ever had a platform and I could like bring people up with me, I'm gonna bring as many people as I can.
Facts. Everybody eats, bro. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, it just the thing is like it's so underrated. Like
Hmm.
for other people to look out for other people, and that's a fucking problem for me to even say that. It should always be like, what I'm saying, if I eat, you eat. If I got $5, you got 250. You know what I'm saying? It should always be like my hand is there for support as much as yours when I need it the most. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a dope mentality that
Yeah.
it started from your boy who wanted to do it, and then it ended up being you, and he helped you, and then you ended up helping Dens, and then boom, all of y'all made it to
Yeah.
an Adidas commercial, which is big to me. That's fucking huge. That's
Yeah.
Adidas, bro. It's not like it's uh, a Just for Feet commercial or
Yeah.
shots Just
Yeah.
for Feet. I just can't think of anything like a Kmart commercial or some dumb shit. It's not like
Yeah.
idiot. That's Adidas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they may not be big in like football or basketball, but they're big in like soccer and across the world type shit.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
just
you
not.
know what's even more crazy? That commercial like started like a whole like Adidas campaign. Because if you remember around that time, they had I don't know if you watch soccer, but they had the Paul Pogba commercial, like when he was like first like getting his shine, and like he had his shoes, and like he was they had like him like I think it was like dribbling through the city, and then they had like some hip hop
Mhm.
music playing, and then they had like another, I think it was like a tennis player, and like they all of that started because of the Adidas like New Speed commercial. All of that started because of that. And then what they wanted to do was they wanted to make like one big ass commercial with all the sports. So it was going to be all of us from the football commercial. I think it was Damian Lillard for basketball, Paul
Mhm.
Pogba for soccer, some chick for tennis, and then there was another, and then there was like another. I think it was a baseball player. So it
Yeah.
was going to be all those sports in one big ass commercial, but I don't think they had the budget for it.
And that's dope though.
Yeah.
Just the whole theme of it just coming together, like how it started and everything, and then just you being involved. That's dope, dog.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna get back into present time. How has COVID affected your life as far as like creative process, like doing shows? Has it made you like venture out or doing your own thing, like because I know I personally I see you on IG making videos and TikTok and stuff like that. So like, has it hindered the creative process of Ty, or has it actually
Kinda.
benefited?
I mean, I think my stand up is taking a hit because, like I said, like I can't do it. It's just like playing basketball. Like if you don't shoot a basketball in 4 months, you're gonna be rusty when you come back. So
Yeah, facts.
that's how it is with the stand up. So my stand up is definitely taking a hit. I still write, but I have nowhere to perform. Nobody to perform to, unless it's
Hmm.
just Preemie and his wife, and they hear enough from me all day anyway. So I'm not
Yeah,
bothered with that shit.
shout out to Premium Dev, man. They probably put up with so much shit I can only fucking imagine.
Exactly, especially Deb. She got to deal with Preemie and me sometimes. So. But
Yeah, she got a high tolerance.
yeah, extremely. But yeah. So my stand up definitely took a hit. But like when it comes to like creating online, like the little skits and the TikToks and stuff like that, I feel like the more I do it, the more creative I'm getting with it. Because at first my TikToks were kind of like you know what I mean. But like
Yeah.
over time you start like if you look at my TikTok page, you start to see like my TikTok get better and better and better. And like I start to become like my TikToks start to look like everybody else's. It looks like I'm following the format correctly. So like it yeah, the COVID shit definitely helped me with that, with like being a better social media comedian, I guess. But
Hmm.
my stand up definitely is gonna be lacking when I come back because I haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, which is kind of ass, but I mean, it is what it is. I hope this shit blows over sooner than later. I mean, I just hear it's getting worse. But
Yeah.
I mean, I hope and pray that we can just overcome this and just be able to just live regularly. And to touch on your TikToks, I think if I can remember correctly, I think you made a TikTok where like you said something, you used the crowd dancing filter, and I think you said something about going to like a house party and people stealing shit.
Yes.
That is my all-time favorite one. Like before like everybody was using it, because I knew that it was like kind of like getting like heavily used like around that time you made yours, but I've seen like other ones. I think yours, and there was another TikTok of like how it said like how Florida people be at parties when they play like a dance song or something from Florida.
Oh,
and then, like,
it was like it was something like only Floridians will understand this, and it was like, oh, what a beautiful day at the beach, and then it starts raining, and then you come back out, it's all right, we're ready to go to the club, and it's like, oh no, stay inside, a hurricane is about to happen, and then instead of going inside, nigga comes out with a bag on top of his head, still in the club dancing and shit. Because we from Florida, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, man, that shit. The one where you were talking about how people come to the party and they steal shit. That shit.
Yeah.
When you walked out the house and you had the laptop on your shoulder, I died. I was already laughing when I once it started. I already started laughing. I was like, this motherfucker is stupid. Then when you walked across the screen with the laptop, I fucking lost it, bro. I was dead. I played it like 3 times.
They said, God damn, the nigga took the toilet paper too.
Everything, bro. I was dying. I was like, I played it like 3 times, bro. I was like, this motherfucker is stupid, bro. Like stupid, bro. It had me dying, bro. That's crazy, man. We're gonna touch on one more thing before I have a short batch of top 3s, and then I'll hit you with the rapid fire questions.
All right.
To close it out. This one is gonna probably touch home a little bit. I want to talk about Kobe. I know, me and you both growing up.
You said that, and I got goosebumps automatically.
Yeah, you and I growing up, you probably more than me, heavy into basketball. I got into basketball later in my teens. Obviously, that's how me and you met at the gyms and through mutual friends and stuff like that. And just going off of the post and how you carry his legacy and his name, I know that he was a very big inspiration. Let's talk about the impact of his death when he had passed. What were your emotions, and like what were you feeling at the time of like getting the bad news of like him passing, like him being such an icon to basketball itself?
Like I didn't want to believe it. Like I was in LA, right? And I remember waking up that day and seeing like, damn, y'all, it's foggy as hell. Like like it was so foggy I couldn't even drive really. I had to drive like pretty carefully. So I get to the dog park, me and my friend were walking the dogs and shit, and I seen like something on TMZ. It said like Kobe Bryant something. I didn't even read it. I just saw it flash at the top, and I just kind of like ignored it. And then probably like 5-10 minutes after that, I get a call from Akeem. You know Akeem?
Yeah.
Akeem calls me and he's like, "Dog." I was like, "What?" He's like, "He's gone, man." I said, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Kobe, he's gone. He died. He died. He's dead." I'm like, hold on. And then so I go back to look at my phone to look at the TMZ shit that popped up at the top, and it said like helicopter crash. I'm like, nah. And the only reason I knew like it was for real is because like the dog park is like in the middle of like a main street. You start to see people in the street stopping their cars. Like people were stopped in the middle of the street, and then like you could hear people like, "Oh my God, Kobe got into a plane crash," and like you hear this all around you, and like people at the dog park start like catching on, and everybody like talking about it. You see everybody on their phone.
Some surreal shit.
Yeah, and I'm just like looking around like, what the fuck? And like I'm reading the story, and then I'm already like fucked up, and then the news came in that like his daughter was with him. I just started crying, dog. I just started crying.
Yeah.
Like it still doesn't feel like it's real. You know what I mean? Every day, like I'd be like, damn, he's really dead.
He's really gone. Yeah. That's The reason why I ask you is because I've had multiple conversations of like celebrities and athletes that pass away. Regardless of how they pass, it doesn't really matter. Um, and like the number one thing, and the one thing that I fucking hate the most is like people were like, "Oh, you didn't know Kobe, or you didn't know Mac Miller. Why does it matter?"
It doesn't
You know,
matter.
it doesn't matter. The thing is, like when I asked, if you look at my podcast book right now, the question is literally this: talk about Kobe's death and his impact. But did you see how I elaborated on it?
Yes.
Because I know how much of an impact he was to you. Not because you're from LA and you live in LA and you work in LA, but you're a basketball player and you grew up admiring Kobe Bryant.
Exactly.
You understand?
That's what people don't understand. You know what I mean? When you are a fan of somebody, right? And you, like, for example, you do music, right? And Mac Miller, his death impacted you because you always listen to his music, or
Yeah.
he inspired you to do what you do. And it's the
Facts.
same thing with Kobe. Like, he inspired me to do what I do. Like, the way I play the game, like, it was because, like, of watching him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just you grow up on somebody and you think this person's gonna, like, die at 200 years old, and they die at like 40 something.
Yeah.
It really fucks with me. And like, I always thought, like, I'm in LA now. One day I'm gonna get famous, and maybe I'll be in the same room with him. You know? And,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
a little far fetched, but still, like,
No, it's not though. It's not though, because the thing is, that's all it takes, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Even if Kobe was, 39, 40, 41 years old, and you get to meet him then, it doesn't matter. Even if you got into, being famous and being a celebrity at an older age, let's say you turn around and it don't break into the game until you're 35, 36 years old, and Kobe's pushing 55, 50 years old. It doesn't matter if you meet him now or when he's 50 or 60 years old. Guess what? You still get to meet Kobe Bryant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it starts from. That's the root of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not far-fetched, because I still have admiring dreams to meet famous people. I mean, same thing, like you brought it up and I brought it up, like Mac Miller played the last. I've always listened to Mac, and then, like, when I was going through a bad patch when Swimming came out, right before he passed, when he dropped that album, it played such a role in how I was dealing with things in life, because, like, a lot of people don't know, like, at that time, I'm not gonna get too personal, but at that time, like, I was going through a bad situation with my family, my wife, and everything. I moved out of my house. It was bad. It was fucking bad. It was dark. And I played Swimming all the fucking time.
Yep.
And when I was feeling bad, when I was feeling out, when I was thinking about this, when stress was hitting me, I would play Swimming all the fucking time. And the thing is, you grow accustomed to those people, and it's the ability for them to be able to inspire and teach you things. And because as far as, like, an artist, you put out music, people are supposed to not only digest the music, but you learn something from different songs, different projects. They give you the ability to feel through music. You feel through your ears, which I think is the most amazing feeling and amazing thing that somebody can do. They're giving you something to listen to, and you can feel it. It's just words going through. It's audio waves, and you feel that. You get goosebumps at certain parts of certain songs.
Yep.
Just like when you go on YouTube and you watch Kobe Bryant drop fucking, what was it, 61, 81 points? You get goosebumps.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for people like you that see that shit, or like you see his last interview, it's like, fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start scratching yourself. It's like surreal. And, like, it means so much to you because you get to watch these people do what they do best, and it's inspire and captivate and teach and let people know, like, there's people out there that care and actually give two flying shits. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a dime a dozen people out there that got money, that got fame, that don't give a fucking flying shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're just doing it just to do it. But for people like us, and, like, that hold people in the hierarchy, like, like I said, you with Kobe, me with Mac, and other celebrities and artists, and whoever it may be. The reason why I asked that is because, like I said, like, you hold them so high, and
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying, like, the thing is, to me, you speak well about him, and that's why I wanted to ask and touch that on you, because Kobe is a huge mogul for our generation. Like that's
Yeah.
like LeBron or like Dwayne Wade or like somebody that's hot right now or was
Yeah.
hot during the time of growing up, dying like right now.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude, like shit, like you will never be able to go. I don't know, because Kobe could have went. Kobe was doing his coaching with his daughter. People were able to see him outside of NBA. Like you never know, he could have opened up a basketball camp, or like he could have been doing motivational speeches at colleges. I mean, the door opens up for people like him in his position after they stop doing the profession. They can do so much stuff: movies, TNT, ESPN, commentary. The list goes on. So like we're gonna miss that. Like we don't get the opportunity to say like what Kobe would have done for the next 35 40 years
Yeah.
before he and end up doing it naturally and not from a tragic accident. So that's why I asked you, and that's why I touch on it. And like I said, like a lot of people need to understand that all because they're famous and all because they're celebrities or they got a lot of money or whatever like that, there's a good batch of them that are sincere with what they do, and Kobe
Right.
was definitely one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like look how he treated his kids, like his daughters and their daughters teams. And like what's crazy, it's like everybody jokes and memes and pokes fun of like MJ and Kobe. Like Kobe was trying to copy MJ or whatever like that, but that's what gives me the most chills and what makes me think it's so surreal. It's like Kobe grew up watching MJ. He wanted to be MJ.
Right.
He ended up being like MJ. Like he was like our modern MJ. Like how LeBron, despite the comparison, it's like our generation MJ. And then what's crazy to me is like when you watch his daughter play, she plays just like Kobe.
Like him, dog.
Like
Just
splitting
like
image. It's scary, dude. It is fucking scary.
Down to
Like
the
when you
mannerisms.
everything, man, to the celebrations, to the free throws, to the dribbles, to the shots, to the form. It's fucking crazy. And that's what I get chills talking about it right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to touch on that. I don't want to get too deep. I know it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of digressing from our total conversation of the podcast. But I just wanted to put him in there because I know, you know what I'm saying, like you hold him high. So I just wanted to touch base on that.
Yeah. And
Yeah, rest in peace, Kobe.
Before we end that conversation, anybody that tells you that, oh, like when a famous person dies and they say like, oh, you didn't know that person, why you feel that way? Just ask that person, like, have you ever been inspired by anything or anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you're inspired by any person, somebody ever inspired your life or touched your life in some type of way, you're gonna feel some type of way when they pass away and they can't do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, anytime somebody say that to me, that's the first thing I ask. You know what I mean? Like
sometimes, see, you got more sympathy than me, because sometimes now when they talk about that shit, I just don't even entertain it. I just don't even entertain it, because like it's like I don't even want to get into that whole conversation, because I'm like, bro, like if you don't feel some type of way, I mean, obviously if you're not a fan of Kobe, you might not be affected as much. But when you see somebody that has that, affection towards somebody like that, it's like, bro, you just got to understand. It's like your mom or dad passing. It's somebody that you cared about, that inspired you. That's basically what it is. Like these people that go out here and they do their thing and they're able to touch people, like with whatever it is that they do, artists, athletes, celebrities, TV stars, movie stars, actors, actresses, whatever the case may be. It's like they have a profession, a God-given profession, and they're good at it, and they're teaching people that dreams are obtainable and that you can do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Just follow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It gets deep, dog. It gets deep. I don't want to get too deep into it, but hopefully you guys get the gist of what we're trying to accomplish with this little segment. Shouts to Kobe though, man. That it was definitely a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
We're gonna switch things up. I'm gonna hit you with these quick top 3 before we get to the rapid fire.
Alright.
I'm gonna start with no particular order either.
Okay.
Top 3 favorite comedians.
Top 3 favorite comedians. Dave Chappelle.
Facts.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle is always gonna go. Eddie Murphy.
Okay, I like Eddie.
And
Red Jacket Raw Eddie.
Yes.
Thank
Red
you.
Jacket Raw Eddie.
That's it. Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to ask.
Damn, and this third one, there's a lot of comedians I like, man, but fuck.
Okay, how about top 3 and an honorable mention?
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go. The 3 is Richard Pryor, and
Facts.
then honorable mention. Oh no, number 3 is Bernie Mac. Honorable mention Richard Pryor.
So, okay, so now I'm gonna switch it up and say in order: Bernie Mac before Pryor or Pryor before Bernie?
You know, just off the strength that Rich is like the originator, and he's the one who like kicked it off for like a lot of us. It was Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby that kicked it off for like a lot of us black comedians. I gotta put him ahead, just out of respect. But personally, I think Bernie is just funnier, man. Uncle Bernie.
Yeah, I think Bernie's funnier, and then Richard is more like the real funny. He's like raw funny. That's why I asked you about Eddie. Like, there was Eddie when he was the Red Jacket Raw Eddie, and then he kind of like got watered down and became like Hollywood Eddie, and he was like still funny, but he wasn't like back when he was like in the 80s like Eddie. Like, he was raw, and like when you watch that stand up, it's like, holy shit. Like, because like for me, I was never a big Eddie Murphy fan. I've watched his movies, obviously, but like I was known for like his more Hollywood Eddie. And then when I got put on to like his older stand-ups and like the Raw and stuff like that, I was like, holy shit, it's like a different side.
Yeah,
you know, same thing with Richard. Like, you know, Pryor was real raw with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like up there, like in the audience, like using the N-word with white folk in the audience and everything. Like, for those times, it was big. Like, you know, like you sit there and you're like, he is going all out. Like all out. So like
it's very few comedians that stay the same their whole career. Like one of the main comedians that I know that stayed the same his whole career was Cat Williams. Like the same energy that he brings and the same rawness that he brought when he first came out is the same energy he brings now. Like you see Chappelle, he's a little bit more calm now. You know what I mean? He's smoking a cigarette. He's sitting down on the stool and shit. But he's still funny, but it's just not the same energy he had when he was young. Like young Eddie was like, he was just different.
Yeah, he was way different. Yeah, but that's a solid top 3. I rock with that top 3. Shout out to him. We just talked about it, but top 3 favorite basketball players.
Okay, all right.
I specifically put this here because top 3, because I already know who number 1 is. No particular order. We just talked about him, but like to round it off, I wanted it to be narrow because I really want you to marinate on this one.
It's gonna sound extremely biased, right? It's gonna sound so biased.
Is it all Lakers? Is it all Lakers, dude? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is it all Lakers?
Yes.
Just answer the question.
Yes. I have a really strong argument.
Here we go again.
Listen, dog.
All right, give it to me.
Of course, Kobe. Right?
Kobe.
Magic Johnson. Right?
Magic Johnson. Okay.
And then Shaquille O'Neal, dog. Like.
Okay, Shaq. Yeah, well, definitely Shaq.
See, the thing is, like, whenever I used to watch Shaq as a kid, and I really didn't appreciate him as much as I do now. Because now when I look at his highlights and all the shit that he was doing, I'm like, this nigga was just different, dog. This man in one season he led the league in scoring, got league MVP, Finals MVP, All-Star MVP, and I think he was like second in Defensive Player of the Year voting. It's like. And he used to do shit like he used to grab the rebound, dribble all the way down court by himself, spin move, dunk on somebody. Like,
yeah, he was
just amazing to me.
Yeah, in his younger days, he was crazy athletic, like crazy, like for because he wasn't as big as like, you know, once he got out of Orlando. But like when he first started, he was like lean, big. Yeah, you know, that was the difference between like when people. Compare him to like when he was like with Kobe and like when he went to Cleveland and, you know, ended his career and shit like that. But when he first started, he was lean Shaq, and that motherfucker was moving. like
Yep.
moving, like, you know what I'm saying, like you said, like spin, move, dribble, he could do it
Yeah.
all, and that was freaky.
Athletic as hell.
That was freaky for those times. Like, it's normal now, you know what I'm saying, like you see
Yeah.
somebody like LeBron or Giannis or somebody
Yeah.
like that, it's like normal now, but like
But I
for
don't think
back then,
I don't think there'll be anybody as dominant as Shaq was in the post. He was
you
literally
think so?
unguardable. He was
think so?
literally unguardable, man. If you watch some of these tapes, he would get the ball in the post, and if you don't double or triple team him, it was a guaranteed bucket.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
hey, bro, hey, Hack a Shaq, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna side with you. That I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that could be in the same league as him at that time. The only one that I can think of in that time or just before that time is Sean Kemp, but he wasn't as defensive.
Yeah.
But as a big man, he was just as nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was nasty with it too.
But in that era, nah. In him being Orlando, and then when he went to the Lakers, there was nobody there. Nobody.
And the crazy thing about Shaq is, like, some people be like, oh well, he's 7 foot. It didn't matter if you were 7 foot. You know what I mean? 300 pounds. Like, if you were in his way, he's gonna get you out the way, bro. He was just too
Facts.
strong. He was just
Facts. Too big.
Strong.
Too big.
Too big. It was
And
just
to back that up, even if he was 7 foot, he can move.
yeah.
That's the scary part. He can move. It's not like he posted up, waited for a rebound or waited for a pass, turned around and laid it up.
Yeah.
No, he's backing you down. He's driving to the hoop. He's dunking. He is doing it all, bro. And you can't stop him.
I'm gonna post, when we're done later on, I'll post the highlight that I'm talking about. In this highlight, you see him doing crossovers, bro. He's like crossing big men up. I'm like, all right, dog, I've seen it enough.
I said that's it, bro. We're done. Oh shit! Shout out to Shaq, yeah, man. That he's definitely. I wouldn't say slept on. He's just not recognized.
You know why though? And I tell people this all the time. I feel like Shaq's skills were always overshadowed because he was so fucking strong. Because so now people are just like, well, he was just big and he just bullied people out the way, and so it overshadows the fact that he could actually dribble the ball for a big man and he could move for a big man. But it gets overshadowed because most of his points came from him just bullying niggas and just dunking over them.
Yeah, I mean, he played his part and he played it well. He actually overexceeded what his part was, because usually for a big man, it's just like, get the rebound, stay in the post, get the pass, back down, shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying? But like, he overexceeded it, and like, people just need to realize that, like, that's one of the best, or if not the best, big man to ever play the game. Like, hands down. Like, he paved the way for the bigger players that we know now. You know what I'm saying? The David Robinsons and stuff like that, and Charles Barkley and everything.
And to be honest with you, dog, Shaq might have been like the last of that type of breed, because now you see the big men, they don't even want to go to the post no more. They taking mid-range shots, 3-point shots. They're more like finesse. None of them are like straight bully. I'm gonna give you 2 dribbles, boom, boom, spin move, get you out my way, dunk on your head. I don't really see it like that.
The only one that I would put in that category that kind of gives me the esque of Shaq is Blake Griffin.
Yeah. He had that, but now
that's basically it.
If you see
but now he's like
though,
a shooter.
Yeah,
now he's like a
in
mid-range.
Detroit, he mid-range and threes and shit. I think it's because he has so many knee surgeries, so he's like.
Yeah, that's true too. Because when he first came out, and not that everybody told me that I looked like him when I had the Jerry curl.
You really did.
Yeah, I really did. They were calling me Blake at LA for the longest. He was on another level. Like, I mean, you haven't seen a big man move like that since LeBron first came in the league. Like, he was scary. Like, he was. I loved everything about him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Don't want to be in the way when he's coming.
There's so many damn highlight videos of him posterizing people. It's ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. Like, jumping from the damn free throw line type shit. Like, I don't know what they call that circle that's in front of the free throw line, but like dunking from there, like over people and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy athleticism, dog. But there hasn't been much since Shaq, and then that's the only person I would put in similarity circle of big man being able to move like that. But the last top 3 to close it out before we get to the rapid fire questions. Top 3 favorite comedy sitcoms. Ooh.
Sitcom.
Sitcoms, yeah,
Well,
on the TV, baby.
Martin's number one.
Gina,
Yeah,
okay.
Martin is number one. I don't know if Fresh Prince counts as a comedy sitcom because it was more like family. It was more like it was like I felt like because Fresh Prince is great because I love Fresh Prince, but I felt like Fresh Prince was like Family Matters on crack. It was it was like a way better version of Family Matters.
Yeah, it's like this. This is how I can define it being a family show or a comedy show. They had a live audience and they dubbed in laughter, so I think it's a comedy to me.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna go Fresh Prince.
I can dig. Yeah, Fresh Prince was because it had its episodes where it was serious and then it had its episodes where it was funny, so it's like a mix. But I believe it was like just like I would label it like a hybrid of like a reality comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was about family, but it was also had a funny side because Will Smith obviously for that time was the comedian or the comedy of the show. So I can dig that. So Martin, Fresh Prince, who you got to round it off?
Even though they only had like I think it was 3 seasons, Wayans Brothers.
Facts. You know why? Because growing up, I didn't have cable in my room. I wasn't blessed like a lot of you younger folks nowadays. I didn't have 350, 500 channels of shit to watch. I had 12 channels.
Watch whatever's on UPN.
And this is for my younger. I'm not shitting on y'all, but this is for my younger generation. Look up rotary television. That's what I had, bro.
Oh
with the
my
two
God.
knobs.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, bro. And UPN and what was it? Damn, the other channel.
WB.
Yes, 33
WB.
and 34. That's it, bro.
33 and 34.
That's it, baby.
Yep.
That's it. And Wayne's Brothers came on there. Martin came on there, and Martin had an hour block at 11 o'clock, which was great because I get to watch 2 of those episodes. And I don't think Fresh Prince was on UPN at that time. No, I can't remember, but those 2 I can definitely vouch for because, like I said, I didn't have cable in my room, and that was on general. I call it general population television.
You know what grew on me?
What?
Seinfeld. Because growing up, we watched Martin and Wayans Brothers. That shit's hilarious. And then when we see Seinfeld, like, why is this show still on TV? And then when I got older, I was like, oh, okay, I understand some of these jokes now. You know what I mean? Or I could see like the dry humor in it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what's funny? Since you say that, when I got older, obviously too, I grew into I don't know if you watched it or heard of him, Frasier.
Yes, that's another one. Yep.
Yeah, Frasier and Mad About You.
Mad About You with my
Come
boy, the big dude. Can't remember his name, but he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man, I grew to, and those were also on general population TV too. So like, I would watch,
No, not the big dude. I'm thinking about King of Queens.
You talking about King of Queens? Yeah, the other dude is the I can't remember his name either, but the shorty's name I had a crush on her was Helen Hunt, and that was the blonde chick. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the one who played in Twister. For those who
Paul Reiser.
There you go.
Yes. Yep.
So I grew into those as I got older too. I think that's when your taste for comedy actually evolves, like opens up.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be, in your face, Shenanigans don't play that or any of that. It's like, you can actually sit down and like watch, realism comedy. It's not all about like, this the comedic side of like the skits and everything like that. But yeah, I grew up watching some left field field shows. It didn't have to be like the mainstream that everybody says that we watch. But that's a dope top 3. I could rock with it. All right, man, it's time for the good old rapid fire questions, bro. I'm gonna keep these super simple. I'm gonna start off with PS4 or Xbox.
I'm a PS4 nigga, man.
I was gonna talk about PS4 in the podcast, but I probably was gonna be sitting here for like a fucking hour with your ass.
I'm a PS4 nigga, man. But you know what's crazy? Before the 4 came out, I was an Xbox 360 type. That's what I had. 360, and it was because the online was just better.
You should have just stayed over here, man.
I still have an Xbox One. I just mainly I play Halo on it. I play Destiny on it. Gears of War on it.
You
Those are
play
the three.
Destiny?
Yeah.
Bro, me and the wife are Destiny fanatics, bro.
Yeah. When I get back to LA, we gotta get on.
Shit, I'm down. You know the expansion comes out this fall, right? We out of here.
All right, bet.
Summer or winter?
Mm.
Mm.
I gotta say winter, man. I got too many Crenshaw hoodies and jackets that I need to wear. I can't do it here. It's too hot.
It's too hot. Yeah, you lying, bro. I'm out here working in this shit. It's hot,
Yeah,
bro. It's hot.
shit. I feel you.
It's hot. Love or money?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I just
I ain't pl-
damn. See,
I
you
ain't
asked me
playing with
this
this.
shit, and like not too long ago, I just got out of like a 7-year relationship. So
Where'd you
naturally,
find this?
so naturally, my answer is gonna be money. But all in all, I think I'll go love over money.
Yeah, it's
Like-
a 50-50 toss up.
Yeah, cause when you say love, right? Do you mean like in love or just love? Period.
I'm talking pre-me Deb love.
Oh, would I rather have that or just be stupid rich?
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, man. Cause hey, that's tough, dog. You can hit it with a strong pass if you want.
I think I'm gonna go love. I think I'm gonna go love. Yeah, I'm gonna go love. I'm
Alright,
gonna go
I
love
could
because I think I could. You know, as long as I got somebody with me, you know what I mean.
Facts.
I think I could I'll be all right. You know, living under my means. You know, just living regular. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to
Makes
live
sense.
extravagant. So
For sure.
as long as I got somebody with me though,
Yeah, for real.
to enjoy the poor life. I don't want to
There
be
you
poor
go.
by myself.
Yeah, that's terrible, bro. Let's not do
Yeah.
that. Let's not do that. Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Coke, boy.
Cup. Shout out to French Montana. Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers. Yeah.
Is it because of how the hot dog looks when you eat it, or are you just saying that?
It look hella sus? But no, I
Pause.
think I don't. The thing is, with hot dogs, I've been eating them my whole life, and I still don't really know what's in them.
Well, to be honest, if you Google it, it's just a ground up meat of like all the leftovers of like, what is it, from the pig, like bacon and stuff like that. When they make bacon and stuff, it's supposedly like all the extras, and they basically like grind it up and make their own meat and make a hot dog. If it's not like a sausage link, like where it's actual sausage, like actual hot dog, it's supposed to be like the leftovers just ground up into a hot dog.
So let me ask you this: they couldn't turn it into a patty. Why do you have to make it look like a thing?
I don't know, man. Well, the thing is, to me, if I would, since you asked me this question, the first thing that comes to mind is a wiener dog, like the actual dog.
Yeah.
looks like a you know what I'm saying, looks like a wiener, and then you have a hot dog, looks like a hot dog, looks like a hot wiener, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's I mean, people was weird back then, I don't know when it originated, but it was probably way before our time. But they're probably like, hey, there's a wiener dog, let's make a hot dog, it's called a hot dog, it looks like a damn wiener dog. I don't know, that's just me fucking common sense, but fuck it. T-shirts or sweaters?
Sweater. Like you talking about like the long sleeve tees or like?
No, T-shirts, like a regular, like a graphic tee or something, or an actual long sleeve sweater, like a loose long sleeve sweater.
Sweater. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. In high school, right?
Yeah.
I went to Chaminade private school. We had beautiful. I wore my Chaminade sweater every single day. Every day.
So you was stunting.
No, I wasn't. My shirt was too big for me, and they call me Bones. I'm scrawny, so like when I would just wear the shirt, I would look hella skinny. So
Yeah.
I wore the sweater every day, and the sweater never steered me wrong. So I'm gonna go sweater.
Facts. Um, Superman or Batman?
Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
I only say Bruce Wayne because like he's still a human, so I can relate to him a little bit. I'll never be Superman. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah, Bruce is more. How do you say it? Like normal.
Nigga got a Batmobile, nigga. What Superman? He ain't got no whip.
He could fly, bro. He don't need a whip.
He don't even
When
have a house. Where does he live?
I have no idea. That is a fucking question we need to ask on the next podcast. On the next episode of the Can I Kick a Podcast. Does Superman have a crib?
My nigga Bruce is stunting, man. And you know us, man. Like,
But
we like to stunt.
yeah, but Superman does have his own planet. He's from a whole different planet.
See, that's one of those flexes that you can't even compete against. So you just leave it out of the question.
Yeah, he
You
is
know what I
stunting.
mean?
He comes from a whole different world, dog. You know what I'm saying? And now he's over here. God damn.
Well,
God
well, if I'm Batman, I have enough money to buy kryptonite. I'm rich.
Yeah, you can make your own kryptonite, then it's over.
Yeah.
Facts. Short girls or tall girls?
Now that I'm older, nigga, before I used to say short girls. Now that I'm older, I'm thinking like, what if I have a son? I'm thinking tall girl. I want my kids to have good genes.
Got you. Since we're talking about hamburgers, hot dogs, ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Ketchup?
Yeah, ketchup.
Facts. Sandals or sneakers? Or slides, I should say.
Sneakers, man.
Sneakers over slides?
Are we going for like what's more comfortable to you, or what do you prefer to wear?
I guess it would be preferred to wear.
I guess, yeah, I would say slides because I wear slides everywhere. It's been raining past the other day. I've been wearing slides. Like,
Yeah, me
I
too.
prefer to wear
I wear slides everywhere. Slides and Vans, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
Anything that I could just slip on, I'm fucking out of there, bro.
yeah.
I'm out of there. Hopefully you played them. Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue?
Blue.
Mm.
Blue. Damn, hold on, nah. You know it's against my religion to say red, but red. Nah, it's actually red. Yeah, red is better.
We'll say Pokemon Charizard. How about that?
Yeah, Charizard.
Since he was on the
Pokemon
cover, there we
Charizard,
go.
yep.
There we go. Keeping the same thing going. Blastoise. I'm skipping fucking evolutions. Squirtle,
Mhm.
Charmander, or Bulbasaur as your starting Pokemon. If you were Ash Ketchum, Ty Ketchum, right now, Professor Oak is like, here's 3 Pokemon. Which one are you starting out with?
Charmander.
My dog.
Yeah, Charmander.
Charizard is the best
Who the
Pokemon.
fuck picks Bulbasaur? That vegan ass
Bo-
nigga. I don't.
Bo-
This nigga's a plant.
That boy said vegan. Hey, but Bulbasaur raw, dog. He's raw, but he is just a walking plant. And then the other one, Squirtle, he's cool, but he don't get cool till he turns into War Turtle or Blastoise. Because when he turns into War Turtle, he catches an attitude.
Yeah, doesn't he wear glasses?
Yeah. Well, he wears
shades.
glasses as Squirtle.
Oh,
There's actually an episode, if you YouTube, it's called the Squirtle Squad, and that's where he debuts with the glasses. He's like a leader of like a little gang of Squirtles, and he actually has the glasses. Like he's
That's
like
hilarious.
the Fonz. He's like the Fonz of the group. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey.
the title is called the Squirtle Squad. I'm gonna try to link it to your Facebook later. This shit is dope, man. But Charizard is the best. That's my favorite Pokemon. Breakfast or dinner? Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go dinner because I like rice too much.
Damn. Facts. A shower or a bath? No homo.
Shower. Ugh.
I like baths, dog.
Yeah, but then you get up, you got all that dirt on your back, and then you take a bath, and then you got up and have to take a shower.
I guess. Last three. Alaska or Hawaii? Mm.
Hawaii. I couldn't imagine there's any like good-looking women in Alaska.
Oh damn! But we haven't even been there yet.
I'm just thinking, like, you inside all the time. There's no way you can get a tan. It's snowing 362 days out of 365. Like,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Fuck it. We in Hawaii. We what is it? Belly dancing with
yeah.
the flower lanyard, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Shout out to all my Hawaiian people. Let me know in the comments. um, steak or chicken?
Chicken.
My man, I don't like steak too much either. It's just too chewy for me.
Yeah, if you don't cook it perfect, it's chewy. You want to know? You want to know what my first words were as a kid? No lie.
What?
Uncle Pierre, chicken. Cause my uncle used to be the manager at the Church's Chicken in Crenshaw, right?
Yeah.
And every day my mom used to bring me over there and he used to give me a piece of chicken. One day,
Facts.
she said she brought me there and he didn't give me chicken. I started crying. He said, "What's your problem? What's wrong with you?" I said, "Uncle Pierre, chicken." That was like my first word.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Pierre, man. Holding it down. And then the last question. I saved this one for I asked your brother. I might ask you. Clear my throat for this one. MJ or LeBron James?
Fuck. Why would you ask me this and the nigga's sitting right in front of me, bro?
Is he sitting right in front of you?
Yeah, he might send me home after this.
Oh, he's gonna exactly know what we're talking about too.
Yeah.
MJ or LeBron? Come on, give it to me, bro.
Who do I like personally?
It's if you had to choose. I'm gonna be a real dickhead about this one. If you had to choose right now between, it doesn't matter about prime MJ, old MJ, racist MJ, I don't give a fuck what it is. MJ and LeBron. Right now, you had to choose and you were given 10 seconds to choose right now.
Yeah, if I had to choose right now based off how the league is right now, I'm going LeBron.
Did he look at you funny?
Nah, he didn't flinch. He's playing COD right now. That's why.
Oh, he's focused. He's gonna give it to you when he hears this. Hopefully, he gets to the
No,
end
but
of
I
podcast.
always told him. And this is what he's not gonna tell you. I always told him that I felt like LeBron is the better athlete, and in result, better player because the league has evolved. You know what I mean? Just like anything else. Like,
Yeah.
everything evolves. So it's only right for the new school to be more capable or more skilled or more athletic than the old school. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think? Like, what kind of car you got right now?
I have a Dodge Challenger.
You have a Dodge Challenger. Okay. In 10 years, would you say the Charger that you got now is better now, or the Charger 2030 is going to be better?
Probably the 2030 is gonna have more. It's gonna have more shit in it.
It just
Yeah.
It just makes more sense. Why would I continue? You know what I mean? To come out with something that does exactly what the last one did. You get what I'm saying?
So why Jordan don't be coming out with new shoes, bro? Why he always keep coming out with the same shoes?
Man, because this nigga has no creative ability, dog. Somebody else is doing that shit. And you know
They buying them, bro.
And you know Jordan is a cheap ass, so you probably
Oh, I already know.
He probably hired some fucking weak ass designer, and they're like, "Look, we're just gonna come out with the same fucking shoe again." Nigga getting paid millions of dollars to do that.
We'll change a couple colors or some shit on it,
Yeah,
but it's basically the same
give 'em black
fucking
shoelaces
retro.
this time or some shit.
The same fucking retro.
For real.
God bless America. Well, I'm glad you said LeBron, because we were gonna have some fighting words.
Every time we have this conversation, I say, me personally, I just like Jordan better, and niggas kill me for it.
Wait, Jordan or LeBron?
I like Jordan better.
You like Jordan or LeBron? Because you told me LeBron if you had to choose. Now you say you like Jordan.
I'm being reasonable when I say that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
So
Where's CJ? Where's CJ at? Hold on.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
yeah,
And
like
since your brother's playing Call of Duty.
Mission failed. We'll go next time.
Nah, but I hear you though, because a part of me, we'll keep this short and sweet. Then we'll wrap up the cast. He is a staple and a pioneer of the NBA. That's already a fact and given. One of the best to ever play. We already know his whole shtick, his whole resume. It goes on for fucking decades. We already know. But I think to me, what it is more is, to me, I think LeBron, since you already mentioned it before, is like on a totally different level as a player. But I think I'm more gravitated to how LeBron plays rather than MJ.
well, yeah. I mean, see, me, I gravitate more towards MJ because look how Kobe plays. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Plays,
you know what?
I'm saying?
You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna nip this conversation in the butt, and I'm gonna retract my question. MJ or LeBron? I mean, MJ and LeBron is out the door. I need MJ or Kobe. Yeah, that's what the people want to hear.
I'm going Bean, man.
Yeah,
Kobe Bean.
my dog. Okay, now I know where you stand. Not just cause you're a big fan, but I don't know where you stand. But let's just all agree to disagree. And MJ is one of the best players to ever play the game. That's already a given. But I don't think he's the best.
Who do you think is the best?
I honestly can't give you somebody who's the best. I think LeBron will be the best when he's done. That's how I feel.
He has a good chance.
I don't think it's a chance. I think it's gonna be a given when he's done.
I don't know.
Because his work ethic, his numbers, and how he plays, I think he'll just continue to break records, add numbers, add shit to his resume. He may not get to the lucky number 6, and that's okay, because there's greats out there that don't have no rings, and they're always brought up in conversations. So I think as far as the overall round best basketball player to ever play the game, when he is done, it will be LeBron James until another LeBron James comes. But look how long it took for LeBron James to show up after MJ stopped playing.
You're right.
So we'll agree to disagree, and we'll just leave it at that, because
this
be
conversation will be another hour long.
And we gotta have you come back, just talk about sports. Just on this episode, we're just gonna strictly talk about fucking basketball. But I just want to thank you, bro, for finally coming onto the podcast.
Hey,
I got
man.
you and your brother on here.
Thank you, dog. Thank you.
Oh man, it ain't nothing, man. I'm just trying to get people to do something during this COVID. I know it's, trying to keep people on their toes, give them something to do. You know what I'm saying? Get some information out there and everything like that. So with that being said, if you want to give anybody shout outs and where they can follow you on your socials, just go ahead and drop that now.
Shout out to my brother. Shout out to Deb. They let me stay in their house.
Facts.
I had to say that out loud because they can hear me.
It's
It's
all good, baby. It's all good.
Shout out to you for having me on here.
Appreciate
you. Know what I'm saying, and then if people want to follow me, Instagram is at Ty Sterlin, TYSTERLIN, and then my Twitter is Bones of Comedy.
Facts. All right, man.
Oh yeah, and my TikTok is Ty Sterlin.
Yeah, can't forget the TikTok, bro. And if y'all go on this man's TikTok, just look for the damn video of people. What's the title of that video? The people stealing shit out of the house party. What's it called? This is why I don't throw house party. Facts. Just if you go to his TikTok, start with that video. You won't be disappointed. It is hands down the best video on the TikTok. That and the Florida one. But if I had to choose, it's gonna be the house party one, because when you walked out the damn dance floor with the laptop, that's it, bro. It took me out, bro. But again, my brother, thank you. I want to thank everybody that's been supporting the podcast, sharing it, liking it. I'm on Apple now, so if you guys have iPhones, if you rich and fancy, I'm on Apple Podcasts now, Spotify. Got my website on Podbean. So if you guys have any of those apps, you can find me on there. Again, big shout out to you, Ty. Thank you for stopping by. We're gonna I'm gonna try to get you and your brother back on for future episodes. I'm gonna start doing video calls and shit so I can add faces to the voices on my YouTube. So you guys will be back for that. Maybe I can get both you guys on an episode so y'all can clown each other and shit.
That episode gotta be 3 hours long.
It could be as long as y'all want. There's no limit. I'm working on it. Trust me, I got a lot of ideas. But shout out to you. Shout out to Premi. I know he's sitting next to you. Shout out to Derek for letting you do this. Appreciate you taking out the time. I know you got to go see your little man soon, so make sure you hug him for me.
Yeah, my podcast starts in like 5 minutes.
There you go. See that? So hug your little boy for me, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man. It was a great time.
Sure.
And I'll catch everybody on the next episode.
All right, cuz.
All right, cuz. Peace.